So no, I am talking. No, epidemiological approach and method is different. Okay, don't be confused. So last time also for fourth year for university exam, epidemiological approach they were asking, but they were writing, the students they were writing about the methods of epidemiology. Okay, but it's not correct. Epidemiological approach and method is different. So whenever in question paper you are getting epidemiological approach, then you have to write only about approach, and if you are getting the question like methods of epidemiology, then you have to write about the method. So whatever you are talking now is epidemiological method. Okay, descriptive, then experimental. Under descriptive we have lots of method. Okay, we'll try to discuss. Now let's discuss about first we will start with the epidemiological approach. So remember, in question paper you see nicely whether they are asking approach or they are asking about the method of epidemiology. Okay, check the word approach or method, and accordingly you have to write your answer. Okay. So whenever we are talking about epidemiological method, you have to epidemiological approach. First thing, what we need to know, what is epidemiology. Yes, so I think everyone knows what is epidemiology. Can anyone tell me what is the simple meaning of epidemiology? Epidemiology means what? Hmm? Hmm. Study of
It is the study of the disease,
Stud-
how it spread, and about the concept of disease causation.
Mm. So if someone is asking you what is your idea about epidemiology, you just explain in single line, then you can say it is the study of disease occurrence. Okay, so the simple meaning of epidemiology is it is the study of disease occurrence. So in the epidemiological method, while investigating a disease in epidemiology, you can adopt two approach. Okay, what are the two approach you can adopt? One is asking question and second one is making comparison. So these are the main two approach of epidemiology you can take whenever you are investigating any disease under epidemiology. Okay, so we have two methods in epidemiology. One is asking question and one is making comparison. Okay, am I audible? Can you all hear me? I'm having network issue today. Okay, so in between if I'm asking some question, please try to answer. So in the asking question, so just from the word only I think you can understand what is the meaning of asking question. So what will be there in asking question? So epidemiology has been defined as a means of learning or asking question and getting answer that lead to further questions. So epidemiology always it is related to find the etiological factor of the disease, to find out some, to answer some question, unanswered question, they try to find out the answer of the particular question. So whenever you want to find out the answer of particular question, obviously to get the answer you have to question back. Okay, so epidemiology always concerned with the asking question and getting answer that lead to further question. Okay, suppose you want to know about any particular disease. Okay, maybe you want to know about diarrhea. Okay, one particular community they are suffering from diarrhea, so you want to know about the etiological factor in the particular community. So obviously you have to ask question to the community people. The question may be different types. Okay, we'll discuss later what types of question you can ask. So always to get answer of particular thing you have to ask question. So first thing in epidemiological approach you have to ask question. Okay, asking question may be different types, we'll discuss. Then key information can be approached through a series of questions. So whatever information you want to obtain from the study population, maybe you want to find the etiological factor, so it will be a series of questions, not only asking one question. You will be getting your answer in epidemiology, because you want to find out the etiological factor, right? So your key information, whatever information you want to get, it will be a series of questions. Okay, then only you will be getting your correct answer. Then what types of question you can ask in epidemiology? So firstly, it will be related to the health event. So under health event, what types of question you can ask? What are the actual and potential health problem, its manifestation and characteristic? So if you want to study regarding any disease in epidemiology, again take the example of diarrhea. Okay, then you have to ask question, what are the actual and potential health problem? Actual and potential health problem, the difference, I think you all have idea what is the difference. Actual actually what are the health problem the community is suffering from. Okay, actually the community is suffering from diarrhea. Okay, just for the example. Potential what are the risk factor is there in the community due to diarrhea they may suffer from, the risk factor. Okay, what are the risk factor is present in the community, maybe due to complication of diarrhea there may be dehydration, so that one is a potential health problem. Okay, maybe risks of infection will increase in the particular community because of diarrhea. Okay, there is a risk, it's not there till now but it can happen. So those health problem are known as the potential health problem. So always try to know the difference between actual health problem and potential health problem. In nursing diagnosis also, I think we have actual nursing diagnosis and potential nursing diagnosis, it's the same. So you have to find out what are the actual and potential health problem existing in the community, and the manifestation and characteristic, their manifestation, how they are. Okay, what are signs and symptoms the disease they have, and their characteristics. Okay, you have to ask question regarding that. Then who are affected with reference to age, sex and social class. So who are affected, obviously you have to find out who are affected. Okay, so you have to find out the population, you have to find out your sample. To find out your population and to find out your sample, you have to know who are affected. So this question you have to ask. Then where did it occur in terms of place. Okay, so in which community it occur, in which place this occur, in which country it occur. So you have to know it. So to know, to get the answer, obviously you have to ask the question, where did it occur in terms of place. You have to ask this question. Then which population are increased at risk. So you have to find out the population of at risk. So maybe in a particular community you have find out that only those people are getting affected with diarrhea. Maybe those people are drinking, a source of drinking water is same, who are suffering from diarrhea. So maybe there is a particular well, so from that particular well or maybe from a particular pond people are taking their drinking water, and only those are getting affected with diarrhea. So you'll be able to find out which people are at risk of getting the particular disease. So you have to ask this question to get your answer. So these are the okay, few more questions are there related to health event. When did it happen in terms of day, month and season. So when did it happen, you have to find out the particular time in terms of day, month and season. Okay, so you can get your answer. Like maybe in summer diarrhea, many people are suffering from diarrhea, just an example. Okay, day. Then month, maybe in the month of August and July people are suffering from diarrhea. So this type of question you have to ask to get your answer in terms of day, month and season. Then where does it happen in terms of contributing to the causative factor. Why does it happen? Okay, why does it happen in terms of contributing or causative factors. Why did it happen? You have to find out the cause. To find out the cause, you have to ask this particular question. Why did it happen? So for example, again I have already given an example that maybe from a particular pond people are getting their drinking water, and only those people are getting affected with the diarrhea in a particular community. So why did it happen? Maybe unsafe drinking water, that may be a etiological factor of your of the disease. Okay, so to find out the etiological factor, you have to ask why did it happen, okay, in terms of contributing or causative factor. Then which problem have declined, okay. So which problem have declined, maybe one problem have declined in a particular community and one problem is arising. So you have to find out which problem have declined in the particular community, okay. For example, maybe before in the particular community where now diarrhea is very, the incidence of diarrhea is very high, before the particular community was suffering from take any example, maybe fever, okay. Few days back maybe people were suffering from fever, now suddenly they are having diarrhea. So now fever have declined and diarrhea, the incidents are increasing. So just an example, okay. So you have to find out which problem have declined. To find out, to make any type of comparison also you can make, and it will help to find out the etiological factor of the particular disease. Then which problems are increasing or have the risk to increase. So you have to find out in a community which problems are increasing in a community and which problem are having high risk to increase in a community, okay. So you have to find out, you have to ask this question related to health event in asking question, okay. Related to health event you have to ask these types of question. So what are the main thing you have to find out here by asking question? Can anyone tell me what are the main things you want to find out here by asking question? One is etiological factor. Are you all there or not?
Yes, ma'am.
One is
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
One is etiological factor, right? So why did it happen? Okay. So with this question you can find out the etiological factor. When did it happen? You can find out the time, season, day, month. Then who are affected? You can find out your sample. Yes. So these are the information you will be able to get by asking this type of question in the asking question approach, okay, related to health event. Are you clear till here? Any question you want to ask? No. Okay, then let's see the types of question you can ask related to the health action. Okay, so in the asking question, what types of question you can ask related to the health action? Okay. So what can be done to reduce the problem and its consequence? Health action. To solve the problem, what health action the health department has taken or you want to take? So to find out that, you can ask few questions related to health events. So first question can be, what can be done to reduce the problem and its consequence? So it's related to the health action, what you can do to reduce the consequences of the problem. Then how it can be prevented in future. If you'll ask question, then only answer you will be getting. So how you can prevent it in the future, related to health action. Then what actions should be taken by the community, by the health services and other sector to prevent and manage the problem. So what action can be taken? It can be taken by the community or maybe the health department or maybe the other sector, okay, maybe the other sector. So maybe the disease is related to the unsafe drinking water. So here health department, they will uh, they will give the responsibility to the water department to solve the problem. So other sector also they can contribute their factor to solve the disease. So you have to ask question, what can be what actions should be taken, maybe by the community, maybe by the health department or maybe by the other sector to solve the problem in future or to manage the problem in present. So these are the question you can ask related to health. Okay, few more questions are there. So where and from whom these activities carried out? So where and for whom? So where you have to do your activity to solve the problem, obviously in your particular community who is affected, and for whom. for your sample who is affected. So you have to ask this question related to health, then only you can give the answer. Okay, where and for whom this activity is carried out. Then what resources are required in future and how activities to be organized. Okay, so what types of resources will be required in future and what are the activities to be organized to prevent the disease. Okay, this question also you can ask. Then what difficulty may arise and how it has to overcome. So solve the problem, what difficulty you may face and what you can do to solve the problem. So these are the questions related to the health event. So are you clear in with the asking question approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so in the asking question you can ask question related to the health event and you can ask question related to the health action. Okay, then come to the making comparison. So this approach is to make the comparison and draw the inferences. So by making comparison you can draw the inferences. You can draw the inferences means you can find out the result. Okay, so comparison may be made between different population at a given time. For example, rural and urban population, between subgroup of population, male and female population, between various period of observation. Maybe you are observing in the different seasons, summer and winter. Okay, so comparison may be made in maybe to different setting, maybe different sample or maybe different time. So in this aspect you can do your comparison. So here they are giving one example of making comparison. So here what they are in which topic they are doing the comparison. The prevalence of diabetes is 11.8% in people aged between. So here what they want to see, they want to check the prevalence of diabetic and they are comparing between male and female. They are comparing between two different sample. So here you can see in the age group 50 to 60 the female are affected more than male. Okay, by making comparison they can do the and they can find out the inferences that in age between 50 to 59 more females are affected with diabetes. Okay, then here blue is indicating the diabetes and light pink is blue is indicating the male and light pink is indicating the female. In the graph you can see. Then in the age group 60 to 69 here male and female the ratio is same, 13.1 and 13.1, means both the sample they are affected equally with diabetes in age 60 to 69. Again in 70 to 79 more male are affected with diabetes than female in the particular age group. Then again 80 and above more female are affected with diabetes than male in the particular age group. Again then all ages, after doing all the comparison they can do the inferences for all ages that male are more affected than female. Okay, so in this way they are doing the comparison between male and female. Okay, understood the graph?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in the making comparison you can do the comparison between different sample. Your sample can be different. Here whatever they did, it was a comparison between different sample, male and female. Then you can do your comparison between two different setting, maybe rural and urban. Okay, maybe two different countries, maybe two different state you can take. Then your area will be different. Then maybe your time of observation may be different, maybe summer and winter. Okay, maybe different season in the year. Okay, so by doing the comparison you can do the inferences, you can find out the result. From this example they have what result they got, that males are more affected in all ages with diabetes than female. So this is their inferences, this is their result. So by making comparison also you can make the result in epidemiology. So these are the two approach in epidemiology which they used to do. First one is making question, second one is first one is asking question, second one is making comparison. So if you are getting this question, you have to write till here, approaches of epidemiology. Okay, next let's discuss the methods of epidemiology. So the class has been already taken, so can anyone tell me what are the methods of epidemiology we have? What methods we have in epidemiology? The class has been already taken, na? At
We
least
have first descriptive method, ma'am. Under descriptive method, we have this cross-sectional studies, longitudinal studies, and number 2 is analytical method. Under analytical method, there will be case control cohort study, and under cohort study, we'll have prospective and retrospective, and the last one is experimental method.
So mainly what the two types of method we have in epidemiology? Two main methods we have. One is
descriptive method. Experimental method.
Okay. So whatever you are saying, it's not incorrect, it's correct only. So in the methods of epidemiology, mainly we have two methods. Okay, don't be confused. Mainly we have two methods. One is observational method and one is experimental method. Can you see the chart?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so mainly we have two methods. One is observational method and one is experimental method. Okay, under observational method, again we have two methods. One is descriptive and one is analytic. And under experimental method, we had RCT, field trial and community trial. Then under analytic method, and again we have cross-sectional method, ecological method, case control method and cohort method. So from here, generally they used to ask the methods of epidemiology. Okay, if they are asking only the methods of epidemiology, then you can write this chart, then you can just describe each and every method whatever you know. And sometimes they used to ask question only about cross-sectional method and cohort method. These two method is very important. Okay, so we'll discuss in detail if you all want. So mainly these are the methods of epidemiology. One is observational. Here you are just going to observe the sample. Your sample, you are just going to observe them, and you used to by observing only is to collect the data. And in the experimental method, what they used to do, they used to do some intervention with the sample. Okay, if you are giving any intervention to the sample, it will be known as your experimental method. In research also, I think you are studying the research design. Here also we have descriptive, observational and experimental. Okay, so it's the same only, but the way of doing in epidemiology, it may be slightly different than your nursing research, but the meaning is same only. Experimental means you are putting some intervention to your sample, then it will be known as your experimental epidemiological study. So we'll discuss in details. Today we'll just go through with the methods. So in the observational method, from the name only I think you can have the idea. Here the observational studies are those in which people are observed in their natural state. The researchers simply observe a group of people without actually doing anything to the study group. So people may be monitored over time and significant details record, but no intervention is introduced. So observational method, here you are just observing your sample in the natural setting. Okay, you are not going to do anything with your sample, just with the observation you are going to collect your data. Okay, then in the experimental method, from the name only, again you can have the idea that here it's commonly referred to as clinical trial and studies in which a treatment or a procedure is intentionally introduced by the researcher or the epidemiologist, and as a result is observed. So if you want to find out effectiveness of any treatment, then you can do the experimental epidemiological method with your group. So nowadays, for example, for COVID treatment, so they are trying different drug for the patient. So before they tried plasma therapy, they introduced the treatment to a sample, then they try to find out the result. So these are the experimental epidemiological methods they are trying on the patient, okay, to find out the effectiveness of the particular treatment. Okay, for example, plasma therapy. So they introduce the plasma therapy for few patients, then they try to draw the conclusion from the intervention. Okay, so this is example of your experimental epidemiological method. They are giving intervention to their sample, but in the observational method you are not going to do anything with your sample. You are just observing your sample and